That's why I love him so much because he is one of us. Like he is the most relatable wrestler
And
in the
he always
world.
comes across like he watches the program, right? He's
But
like,
this is
"No, I know
it.
how this is going to go. Like you're going to have this." And he exposes the tropes of it
That
and just flips them on their head,
absolutely.
and it makes it like it just makes it feel more authentic cuz it's like, "Okay, you're not trying to trick us. Like you've seen this. We're in on the joke. That's cool." Like that's what I just love about Kevin Owens as a performer. And it's a really interesting dynamic too because Seth Rollins in the end came and like tried to cost Big E the match against Kevin Owens. Like he slapped him in the face or whatever. And Kevin
Yeah.
and Big E had this whole big agreement that they were like, if Seth Rollins interferes, we're not going to take advantage of it because we're both good sporting men, right?
Oh, love
Even though like we've
it.
obviously met Kevin Owens. He will turn on anyone. He will turn on his best friend multiple times. Like he's obviously the worst, right? But he's also the best.
He's not the worst. He's the actual best. He's the actual best.
He's
So
the
I just take
actual
that all
best, and
back.
he is
He's the
often the
actual
worst. Like that's what I love about him is that he is all things to all
best.
people. But
Yes, he's every one of us. Like, I'm sorry, but like the amount of
yeah.
times that your best friend has been talking shit and you're just like, I am fucking done with you. Like, that is Kevin Owens. Like, he's just amazing.
No,
And
he's
you know
so
what?
good. And it was really clever the way that they did it last night too, because when Seth hit Big E, Kevin Owens definitely saw it, but it was like after he'd collided with Big E. So after the match when Big E was like, "You saw him hit me, like you tried to take advantage of this even though Big E won." Like, Kevin was like, "I didn't really know what was going on. I'm kind of like half knocked out. Like, what's like," he was trying to play it as though he
Yeah,
hadn't taken
he's
advantage of
like
the
didn't see it.
situation.
But this is the thing is like you like with this storyline and especially something like that, which is really interesting and smart. If Raw showed like the fact that Kevin noticed and then he was like trying to do this,
Mm-hmm.
that is the subtle kind of like because this is the thing is like what I love so much about Kevin Owens. Like, I mean, I could go on. I really could. I could spend the whole hour talking about how much I love Kevin Owens.
Because he's so good.
But like no, because he is actually the best
Yeah.
ever, ever. But the thing is, like, he is so subtle at doing these things, but it's so obvious, like,
Mm-hmm.
where his mind is gonna go. Like we saw it so many times, like during the festival of friendship, like not even like during the festival, but you saw so many times where he was just like, "Oh my God, Jericho!" Like, but
Mm-hmm.
then would still be like looking after him and stuff like that. It's like there's this moment where he just clicks and he just goes, "No, I'm done."
Yeah.
And this is what is so exciting because you just don't know when that spark is going to ignite, when he's going to do it. Um, or if he's going to do it.
Right.
Like, this is the thing. Like, because do you know what? The amount of times where, like, Sami Zayn, for example, the amount of times he was like, no, 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 like with Sami, but then he actually pulled through for Sami.
Uh-huh.
And it's just like, wow, this guy is like, and this is what's so great about the Kevin Owens character is like he's constantly on edge and on a hinge. You just don't know where he's going to go with it.
And it
And,
always feels like he has a reason for his motivations and
but
that they're
this is
very
it.
human. So even when he's turning on his best friend, right? Like he's doing it for a reason because like when he attacked Sami Zayn in his NXT debut, right? He was like, "No, I'm pissed that I'm in your shadow and everyone's talking about you and not me. And now everybody's
Yeah,
talking about me, and that's why this is happening." And
yeah.
he has
And
very clear explanations, and even when I'm like, "Oh, you're such a dick." Like, "Oh, he's just so good. He's so
but
good."
this is it. He's honestly the best. Like he is. Oh man, I love Kevin Owens.
I also love Kevin Owens. Plus, he gives indie wrestlers all over the world, the hope that you too can win in not gear.
Exactly.
Like, you
Exactly.
too
Yeah,
can
exactly.
wear
You can
just
turn
shorts
up
and a
in your
shirt.
gym clothes. You can turn up in your gym clothes and you're quite gonna do it. And do you know what? He just seems like such a great, like he just understands it
Yeah.
so well. And especially like see when I say like I know a lot of people say like, oh, he understands the business and he goes like, he has great psychology. I'm not saying he's like Jake the Snake level, like psychology, although I think he
I
is,
think there's an
because
argument to
I
be
think
made.
no, no, but this is the thing is I think he is Jake the Snake psychology of this era because it's
Yeah.
so different. It's so, so different. He understands how we like how wrestling fans have evolved and how we watch wrestling and how we see the heel face like, difference and he still manages to be that kind of like he plays it so close to the line like how we
Mm-hmm.
were talking before where the line is of heel face now He literally just skips over that line, and you know exactly where he is though the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
You know where he is, and oh, he's so good.
Well,
He's
he's
like
someone who can walk that line without making it feel like disingenuous or like
exactly
because I feel like a
that's
lot of
it.
people when they try to be tweeners, it doesn't work for me just because
Yeah,
it's like no, that's making you less interesting. Like we talked about at the beginning of the show how great it is that Bianca's such a great babyface and Becky's such a good heel and you just want good to
yeah.
vanquish evil, right? But Kevin Owens is like he does
He
seem
plays
outside
it.
of that in a way.
Oh my God, yeah.
He's
He
just like
tiptoes
he's
over
almost
that
like
line.
Austin, right? Where he's like he's always kind of a
Yes.
dick, but like you love him.
Oh, of course, of course. And I think he's like such a rare um performer
Yeah.
in that sense. Like how, he can not he can get away with it because it's not getting away with it. He's actually mentally, making a point of doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so fascinating to watch. He's so entertaining, yet you're always on his side. Like even when he's like, in fact, that's not true. Like when he's been heel before, I've been like, no, but
Oh,
like
when he
I
turned on
am,
Sami Zayn, I was like, "You're dead to me, Kevin Owens. You're the worst
dude.
person ever."
When he turned on Jericho, I was
Yeah.
like, this is it. I was like, this is my two favorites. Like I can't even cope. Like
Mm-hmm.
I was distraught.
Yeah.
However, I still then went, okay, like we'll go back, like we'll go back there. But this is the thing, is like he is taking it up, and I genuinely think like his like psychology understanding is leaps and bounds above anyone else in wrestling right now
Mm-hmm.
that I can think of, really. And that goes like cross platform, cross company. I can't think of anyone who, plays it the way he does.
Well, I think it's a testament to him that like we know his contract is ending. We know that he's not going to win the title. He's not going to be the most important player in this story, right? Like he's just kind of
No.
an added bonus flavor benefit to the
Well,
overall
yeah,
Big E Seth
exactly.
Rollins thing, and he still adds so much to it.